Let's go. All right, so we're finally getting into game number 1 of this best of 3 series. It took a while to get going, but we are diving straight into it. Meanwhile, it looks like Scarlet's game did finish up. The winner of her series is going to go up against Zest. That will be covered by Steadfast. We'll leave it to him. Steadfast, he's a great caster. He's got it under control. And we are here in another PvT, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the American Terran. He's red, representing Alpha X. It is Future. And spawning in the top right hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the other American player, the American Protoss. He is blue, representing Alpha X as well, as this is a team kill. It is Astrea. For those wondering, Astrea it means star in Spanish. He's not a duck, he's not a star duck. He's like half a star duck. Solid star. Let's go. What's up, Aries? Scarlet versus Zest now. No, yeah. I mean, we'll leave that to Steadfast. It's all good. It's all good. Everyone needs to or deserves to be casted. Everyone deserves to be broadcasted. So we are here, making sure we got our boys Astrea and Future covered. As I say that, unfortunately, you know, Solar versus Nice is going on off stream, but what could we do? What could we do? As the game is slowly kicking off here, once again, you know, we saw Razorblade do this, and Future, he is skipping his Reaper, going straight for that Marine. Astrea is trying to be annoying here, but isn't anywhere near as successful as Nice was in his previous series against Razorblader. This time Future was a lot more on top of his SCV control. His Marine is out, so this probe won't find anywhere near as much damage. Does get pushed away, and Future does get his CC on time. Nice. And it looks like we do have a pretty normal opening, so Future isn't going to go for like a 3 racks opening that we saw earlier today. He is going for his factory, a lot more standard so far anyway. Meanwhile, Astrea himself hasn't really decided his tech of choice. He's going for his expansion, and we'll see what he decides to go for, right? We see plenty of Protoss players commit and go for a Twilight Council for Blink Stalkers. I was about to start talking about Stargate openings and how players like Trigger, Starduck, and even Nina really are fond of that, opening up with Phoenixes, but Astrea does go for that Twilight Council. And ooh, Future being a little bit cheeky with this SCV. With this SCV, as Astrea is denied scouting for now. Oh, this ended up trying to find some damage, but so far hasn't been able to. Factory has finished up, and now that the factory is done, Future can throw down that starport. And this starport, it should be building a Liberator after this. It would make the most amount of sense. There isn't a massive amount of Hellions being made here. There are a decent amount of Marines, but so far they're kind of chilling at home. There we go. Finally, we see the switch for those Hellions. And we could see this go a number of ways. We could see Future try and hit in one, hit at the front. Meanwhile, a Liberator comes in. Oh, he's actually going for a Viking. Interesting choice. Oh my god, this gets scattered. Oh, aye. Astrea does find the proxy. We'll see how much damage this Viking can get done. Obviously, a landed Viking does a surprising amount of damage to a mineral line, to probes even. Meanwhile, here come the Marines and the Hellions. The wall is not a wall. Oh, but there is a shield battery. There is not enough energy for overcharge, though. Oh, Future, though, he does back off, doesn't want to commit. Meanwhile, the Viking is looking to dive in and land. But there are Stalkers here. The Stalkers should swat this away. At the same time, the Hellions dive in. Yo, the Sentry is under threat, and the Sentry could get focused down. Never mind. Enough time has passed. Overcharge keeps everything alive. Meanwhile, Viking did land and is getting some worker kills. 3, oh, maybe 4. Oh my god. 4 probes, not bad at all. Despite this being scouted, Astrea, he did not have his Stalkers in position, so that Viking still dealt some damage. That's kind of what I was a little bit worried about. Like, this was almost shut down entirely, but Future was able to find some damage here. And he is able to walk away, go back home, content with what he's done. I'm sure he would have loved to have snowballed a little bit harder and at least gotten a sentry kill, but overcharge is pretty good, you know? Oh boy. Meanwhile, Astrea, he does expand from here. He does take his third base, his third nexus, is going for a bit of a scout. Should see everything at home, should see the production. Again, this is a little bit unfortunate because this starport has a long way to go. I love this. He actually doesn't come home with the starport. He actually just lands in a safer location to continue production. It has a long way to go, and his medevac production would have been so late. Thankfully, he finds, you know, a better route. Instead, he gets an add-on and he's going to start medevac production here in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. Meanwhile, Astrea is just checking his opponent, looking for a third base, looking for any kind of expansion, and we see nothing of the sort. So far, Future is staying on 2 bases. He's producing nothing but army right now. There we go. A third CC is finally on the way. Oh, has to be careful though. Just wasted a stim and he still doesn't have a medevacs. Every single stim hurts right now. Ooh, but he does get one stalker. This does float off into the distance. And there we go. Medevacs are... Oh no! Yo, Astrea is just so good with his scouting. He just finds everything. There we go. Astrea does find the starport. That means he has to be careful not to lose the starport. This is the only starport he has. So if Astrea sends a couple of stalkers in this direction and forces a liftoff or disrupts this production, it's going to hurt Future so much. That is why he does reposition his army over here, is making sure he catches anything coming this way. And Astrea is just kind of chilling at home right now. Robotics Bay is done. We have Colossus on the way. There we go. Extended Thermal Lens finally does begin. Ooh, but you know what? It's not done yet. And oh my god, the force field was just so good there. Cutting up the army, immediately loses a Marauder and a couple of Marines. Future doesn't find a way in, and Astrea buys enough time to get his Colossus out. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, nice pickoff. Astrea is going to have a harder time keeping up or repositioning his army to meet the army of Future. Future could try and go for a cheeky drop. Meanwhile, a couple of Zealots are sent over to the right-hand side of the map to deal with this starport. It's going to draw away the army of Future, and it's going to give Astrea a bit of breathing room. Now he doesn't have to worry about a drop. He knows exactly where the army is. And that opens up this opportunity for Astrea to just go across the map. There's nothing at the third base at all. Never mind. We do have a couple of reinforcements, thankfully, at home here to defend that third, as Astrea is going right for it. No medevacs though, just Marines and Marauders. Future is very out of position. We could end up in a weird base trade if he picks up and goes for the main. Ooh, the army shows itself. Future, what do? Go straight into the natural. Oh my god, but Colossus is going to come out in a couple of seconds. Meanwhile, Astrea does force a lift up of the third base of Future. I don't think Astrea is going to push up the ramp. I feel like it could be suicide, maybe. Meanwhile, Future does go for the third, not the natural, and the Colossus does come out. This Colossus has to be so careful. There's no buffer anymore. All the gateway units got taken out, and the Colossus does fall. And Future, he can keep going from here. Ooh, but he does evacuate as there was a recall used. That's how Astrea was able to get back home in time. Meanwhile, he does drop into the main base. Opts to go a little bit for the Twilight Council, but instead goes for the main army. Gets a lot of damage done. All the Stalkers go down. And that means he can pick up and escape. Very methodical play there. He could have gone for some tech, he could have gone for something else, but instead made sure he had a way out, was able to save all of his medevacs. He meets up with the rest of his army. Meanwhile, yo, that Zealot is actually going to be able to take out this add-on. This is actually impactful. Oh my god. Meanwhile, there are lots of Marauders here. Oh my god. And if there isn't enough buffer, if there aren't enough Zealots, then these Marauders are going to have a field day. And the problem is, the only Zealot on the map just got taken out. The Marauders stimming in. Nice force fields, though, really allowing Astrea to have the best fight possible. Does he have enough, though, to protect his Colossus? So far, it looks like he does. Another massive warp-in of Stalkers. Overcharges being used as well. Again, overcharge is pretty good. Oh my god, beautiful blink back. Nice solid shot there on the War Prism, but it wasn't enough to take out the War Prism. The War Prism does survive, and Astrea does hold. Oh god, this is disastrous. This third CC is still low from earlier. This time there actually isn't much at home to defend, so the Zealots are dealing a lot of damage. Future backs off, he's not feeling confident enough to hit another base, and he's just busy dealing with this run by. Reveals the ghosts. Meanwhile, we have a Dark Shrine that's about to finish up. Oh boy. Do we have another starport? We do not. This is the only starport producing right now. Ah, yeah, there we go. Finally, the reactor's being remade. Boy, Future bringing back his army, consolidating his army here outside the third base of Astrea. Astrea, he's taking a fourth, and Astrea, he only has three, never mind, he has 3 Colossus, he has 3 sentries as well. He's really lacking shield batteries here, and he takes notice of that. We have 1 on the way. 1 is not going to be enough here. Future has a very beefy army. Scan gets used, he notices, yo, the army is not here. Future is going to be able to hit and deny this 4th base. Astrea completely out of position, didn't have any vision on the map. Oh my god, that was a kill, not a cancel. A bit of a slip up there by Astrea, and Future is pushing up the ramp. Oh god, a little bit over ambitious there for Future. Takes a lot of losses. At the same time, the DTs are back. Never mind, just Zealots. The Zealots are, somehow they made their way into the main base, and they're dealing some damage. As I quickly check, no, the War Prism didn't die for this. And it actually pulls everything back. Oh my god. A little bit surprising there, kind of like an all-army hockey here. The DT is dealing a lot of damage though here in the natural base. 16 SCVs go down. Oh my god, they just keep going. Future, please. Oh, finally, the DTs get cleaned up. But 20 workers went down. Future, he's down in the economy. He does have a 4th CC on the way, and with 4 CCs, you can produce 4 SCVs at a time. You can replenish those workers lost. But now he's stuck at home. And now Astrea, he's free to expand. If he gets his 4th up, that's going to be huge for Astrea. Remember, his 4th was killed earlier. He had to deal some economic damage, and he was able to do so. So he is still in this. DT comes in again. As a reminder, Blink is done for these DTs. That's how they are able to slip in here. War Prism gets pushed away, but it does survive. Ooh, Viking does scout the army though. Future does respond. God, Disruptor Shot goes off. Gets only 2 Marauders, but here comes another Disruptor Shot. Nothing hits, nothing lands. The War Prism gets taken out. Now the Vikings are going to be able to focus down one of these Colossus. One of the Colossus will go down, but not before a lot of damage is dealt to the Bio. The Zealot's doing a surprising amount of damage as well. The Disruptors are coming back in. 3 Disruptors, but there is not enough gateway units here. Oh my god! Oh, split puppy! He doesn't split! No! The Ghosts go down. That was looking so good for Future. It looked like Future could maybe take the game then and there, but he did not split. He doesn't take out the Disruptors, and he gets forced all the way back home. And now Astrea, even though Astrea, he lost 2 Colossus, and he lost a Disruptor, he lost a lot of gateway units, he gets the 4th up, and that is really what matters. Because now he can just rebuild everything. I say rebuild everything. He's got a lot of gas. He's got a lot of minerals. Mate, we need like a second robo. There we go. There we go. A little bit late. A little bit mistimed. Astrea needed this second robo a lot earlier. Right now, he's so vulnerable. He cannot make any Colossus or Disruptors. But Future doesn't know that. He doesn't know that at all. He is stuck defending at home. And Astrea finds another angle. Decent Widowmine shots. Sensor Tower gets taken out, which means it'll be easier for Astrea to bounce between the bases later on. Hopefully Future does replenish and rebuild that Sensor Tower. Meanwhile, DTs are coming back in. Potentially they can just blink in and focus down this missile turret. So Future has to be so careful here. Actually, they don't go for the missile turret. They go for the starport instead. The only starport on the entire map. He gets the add-on. Oh my god, please lift! Lift, puppy, lift! Oh god, he's not lifting, he's not noticing! The starport goes down. At the same time, we have a main army engagement here. Disruptor goes down, the Colossus go down as well. Nice target fire there by Future. Oh my god, even can't denies a warp in. Even though Future lost his starport, he made up for it with this fight. Takes out another disruptor. Astrea was really caught out of position there, and now he only has stalkers. He does have 2 disruptors on the way, but he needs them. He needs them now. Oh my god, he's losing so much here. He was able to take out the Liberators, and oh, here come the flanking disruptors. The shot misses. Now we have one more, and that's the last shot there for Astrea. And because he missed both of them, this bio, it's going unhindered here. It's going to be able to take out this 4th base. Astrea couldn't afford to lose this. Again, because he was out of position here in the middle of the map, like, he just lost so much. It was looking so good for Astrea. And now he's, to be fair, he did finish this 4th base up over here. Oh god. But you can't be premature like that with your disruptor shots. Like, they are what's keeping you alive right now, Astrea. So far, he does push the army away, but for how much longer? More disruptors are coming out here. Thankfully, we do have a wave of zealots. That's really what Astrea was missing. Now his army is pretty well rounded. Oh, there are no shield batteries here though. Ooh, EMP misses. The other EMP does land. Ooh, and the disruptors get focused down, but a beautiful purification nova connects in the middle of this army, and 1 nova is all it takes. Or is it the zealots are being warped in and they get warped in just barely in time? Is it going to be enough though? It looks like the zealots are being taken out, but the stalkers are focusing down the liberators. Oh my god, it's so close. It looks like just barely the zealots were not enough. But Future has run out of steam. Oh my god, the blink forward does not get the liberator. Liberator just barely survives. Astrea just like he holding on with this by the skin of his teeth. He needs more here though. He needs to take his gases. He needs some shield batteries. Again, it's so difficult to defend at this 4th base. To be fair, if your opponent isn't across the map, it doesn't even matter, right? Like Future, he's stuck at home defending right now. And I don't know if Astrea should be here. Like, he's posturing a little bit. I don't want him to commit to a fight though. He does have 4 disruptors, but at the same time, like, disruptors are so fragile. Here we go. One shot does go off. Ooh, does connect. Second one, only gets a Widowmine, but he has 2 more shots left, and that is plenty. At the same time, we have another DT run by here. Ooh, but there is a missile turret and a Widowmine. Ooh, the blinks though. The missile turret gets taken out. Astrea didn't commit to a fight. Again, he was just distracting the army, and these DTs, they're getting work done. Oh my god. All these workers going down. EMP does hit one of the DTs, not the other though. And oh my god, he even avoids the scan. Okay, thankfully there was a missile turret down here. And now that Future has finally cleaned everything up, he's expanded, he's taking a 5th base, so is Astrea. So we're in a really weird position where we kind of have like an even economy. Worker count's even, base count is even. What really matters is the army composition at this point. And Future, he's doing everything right. You know, he's getting liberators, he's getting ghosts. His ghost count keeps getting reset though. That's the scary thing. Like, you can't afford to rebuild ghosts like this. You need to keep them alive from fight to fight. And that's just, Future just hasn't been able to do so. Every single fight, they just get reset. And that disruptor count, it's getting really scary. I do think Astrea needs to switch out of this eventually though, like get some Sky Toss out. Oh my, as we have a pseudo base trade going on here. Oh, beautiful purification nova. Astrea doesn't commit though, recalls to defend his base. Again, no shield batteries at this 4th. Oh my god, but it doesn't even matter. Future, he pulls back, doesn't even commit. Oh, the Novas do connect. Widowmines all get taken out. Only 1 left. Never mind. Even the last one gets taken out. And despite having minimal defenses, and despite Astrea being like out of position a little bit, he is able to defend. Bear in mind, recall was wasted already, so Future has an opportunity here to try and attempt to pull Astrea apart. I would love to see this a little bit more. Like, again, this base is so vulnerable. Astrea recognizes that it's vulnerable. There we go. We have additional pylons. We have additional cannons being thrown down. And he does split up his army. Ooh, nice EMP. There we go. Finally, we have Colossus on the way again. This is a great moment for Colossus because, mate, there are no Vikings. The anti-air is just not there, so Colossus are going to do so well in this scenario. Switching in and out. Meanwhile, yo, these disruptors, they're so vulnerable. Here comes, never mind. Astrea, he knows where the army is. I thought it was going to be caught, like, off guard a little bit. Oh my god. A couple of Marauders get taken out. Well, looks like the rocks will go down. Again, Future, he wants those disruptors. Oh my god, the disruptor shots they go off though, and they land, they connect. The Colossus is vulnerable though. It was at the front of the army, not behind, and every single disruptor will go down. Oh my god, but who needs disruptors, mate, when you have zealots? Astrea does, as the Widow Mines do connect beautifully, all the zealots go down, and Future takes a very good fight here. Again, I have to reiterate, the disruptor count got reset. The only form of splash for Astrea is this lone Colossus. Losing all those disruptors there was the game-winning move for Future. And now, mate, you just gotta keep up your macro. You know, he has 3-3 on the way. Like, there's nothing here to stop Future. He's gonna be able to take out this base and take out another, to be honest. He's taking his time. He's, you know, making sure he doesn't throw, he doesn't overextend, and he does pull back. Ooh, nice DT run by. Does take the attention of Future. But Astrea's playing with fire right now. Like, it's a delicate dance. If he ends up in a fight, he loses. Like, again, only one Colossus. We have 2 more on the way, but it's going to take a while for them to come out. And, yo, I love that that Future, he's rotating around. And if he hits this left-hand side of the map, like, what can Astrea do? It will get spotted by this observer. Astrea responds. Meanwhile, it looks like he will be forced to cancel. There we go. Not a kill this time. Was a cancel. Scans doesn't see anything yet, but here we go. Astrea is not too far behind. How much damage can get done here? The cannon gets taken out. Only the cannon. Ooh, and that was scary. Astrea holds on. He has held on long enough to resume disruptor production. When these disruptors come out, like, Astrea can win fights. It's not going to be as one-sided. Astrea survived like 3 minutes with only 1 Colossus. There was no reason for that to happen. Like, Future gave him time. And with that time, Astrea, like, yo, he went to work. Oh my god. Meanwhile, the ghost, no, the ghosts! 3 ghosts get taken out immediately. Oh, the 4th ghost, no! Okay, we do have plenty more where that came from, though. It looks like Future can afford these losses. Gets a kill on the 6th base. Oh my god, the disruptors, they're exposed once again. Both disruptors go off. They get taken out before their purification novas land. But these Colossus, they're doing so well here. No Vikings whatsoever. The bio just can't get close to these Colossus. And now, for the first time in a long time, Astrea wins a fight. Decisively. Like, with 3 Colossus all still remaining. I love this fake, by the way. Future doesn't have anything here. It's just Medivacs. But again, Astrea doesn't really know that. It's terrified. Here we go. Drops coming in. Astrea is able to deny this drop with his stalkers. But Astrea, he sends the rest of his army across the map. Oh my god, the workers! No! The SCVs! GG gets called. And Astrea takes game 1. Oh my god, Astrea was in such a bad place. There was a moment where he was down 40 supply, where he had that 1 Colossus. But Future, he didn't know. He didn't have that killer instinct. He gave Astrea time. And again, Astrea was able to take game 1. Oh, god damn it, Jimbo. I was asking him if he wanted to join and cast, but he said that he was watching the game versus Scarlet, so he was distracted. But what a game one. Now we are diving into game two. Oh, shout out to Puppyman42. It's true. Future did rebuild that starport. He did have one in his vein. Apparently we're just getting updated by the chat as well. Zest did take out Scarlet. I mean, as much of a Scarlet fan as I am, that is to be expected. I was mentioning it earlier. We have actually casted Zest versus Scarlet before on this channel. Check out our YouTube if you want to watch the VODs. But I guess, spoiler for those VODs, Scarlet has a hard time against Zest. And here we go. We are now in game number 2 of this best of 3 series, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner of Oxide ALE, we have the American Terran. He is red, representing Alpha X. It is Future. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Oxide ALE, we have the other American player, also representing Alpha X. As this is a team kill, we have the blue Protoss, Astrea. Oof. GG. And to be fair, there were people talking about it, how the game was really back and forth and scrappy, and it was. There were moments there where Future could have won the game. But Astrea, I think what's impressive is that he never gave up. Despite being down, despite taking some heavy losses and losing a couple of aces, like he just stuck through all of it. He stuck through hell, mate, and he made it happen. He made it work. Very impressive. Oh boy. I think chat's catching up with Jim. Mate, Jim Rising he's just the worst caster. Oh god, he's the worst caster, mate. Like, not in the sense that like his casting itself, but when it comes to joining lobbies, I've ranted about this before, but he's the worst. He's always the last one into a lobby. He's always just taking his time. He's always distracted by other things going on. Like, god damn it, Jim. I'm shaking my head. Meanwhile, what's up, Grape Tactile? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're having a good day. As we are here in game number 2, I actually want to quickly refresh and see who the winner of this series goes up against. Exclamation mark B in the bracket, by the way. And the winner of this series, will go up against Zest. Oh my god. So we are going to stick with this all the way to the semifinals. Zest is waiting for the winner of this series. It means I won't get my Zerg. Feels bad, man. But we'll follow these guys. I also just got updated. Solar did defeat Nice and Cure defeated Gerald. So the lower semifinals has already begun. I believe that is being casted by Pig as well as Chicken Man, I imagine. Chicken Man and Pig are casting that over in English. So if you want to give them some love and support, you can watch Solar versus Cure. And that is a really intense series. Like, Solar versus Cure, they honestly play each other a lot in these weekly tournaments. And they go back and forth. One week, Cure wins 3-0. Another week, Solar wins 3-0. Very back and forth. So I'm sure that's going to be an amazing series. Meanwhile, we are still here in the quarterfinals, trying to figure out who faces Zest and Future. Once again, he skipped his Reaper. You know, he wants his economy a little bit faster. He does skip out on that scouting information, but I'm sure it's because he knows that his opponent isn't necessarily aggressive. It's Astrea. He's a lot more standard. He's not like your Haas. He's not gonna proxy something out on the map and be overly aggressive and go for like a big all-in. So, yeah. Future kind of playing the player a little bit. And we do see he did open up with a bit of a 1-1-1. It does immediately get scouted, so Astrea is aware of that. And I imagine it's hard to call because there's no cloak being researched, whether this is a Raven or a Banshee. Raven openers are also quite common in this matchup, just because of how good Ravens are, especially against Colossus or River units in general, being able to disable them, even go for some harass in a mineral line with that auto turret. Oh. Meanwhile, that Hellion was being a little bit annoying, does get one probe kill. It's one more than I would have thought it would have gotten. So well done there by Future. And there we go, the first Banshee is out. He's actually committing and going for a second Banshee as well. Oh my god. Cloakless. And Astrea is now moving out with his army. Again, he can always scout with his hallucinations. I don't really know what he plans to achieve here with this. He's gonna face check, sees the tank, gets on out of there. It's like, yep. I mean, he didn't even need to do that. He could have done that with a hallucination, but sure, he just pokes in and pokes out, takes a little bit of damage. Saves the energy on the sentry, I guess. Was it worth it? Maybe. And there we go, Future is moving out, so this is scary. Astrea doesn't know the size of the army. He just face checked and saw a tank. That's it, and as well as, I believe, a bunker. So this is terrifying. Future could find some damage here. The Banshee dives in, gets a little bit of probe damage. There's no splash damage whatsoever here for Astrea. And right now he's being distracted by these Banshees, and the main army is gonna sneak into the natural. Yo, we could have kept going, honestly. But here we go, he does lay siege upon the wall. The pylon will get depowered. And this is pretty big. 2 gateways immediately. They're just useless right now. There's only 1 gateway that's active for Astrea. Okay, the other ones are about to finish up though, so he will be able to warp in a couple of units. Oh god, I say warp in a couple of units, but Astrea is actually supply blocked. Okay, he does lose a couple of probes, thankfully, so he does free up some supply. And right now, Astrea, he's being very patient right now, which is exactly what he needs to do. At the same time, Future's taking his time. Honestly, he probably could have sieged up a little bit more aggressively and could even be like laying siege to this natural as we speak if he was just a little bit more assertive. Instead, he's playing this a little bit more defensively. He's, you know, as we can see, he's setting up outside the base, and I wouldn't be surprised if he starts a 3rd CC. Along those lines, instead of a 3rd CC, we see all these upgrades on the way. These are things that he cut to hit as early as he did. Stim is on the way, combat shields +1. Is he going to go for another wave? He has enough to go for it to reinforce the army across the map, or to just defend and expand from here. Meanwhile, Astrea, he's getting ready for a surround. Oh my god. And what a surround it's about to be. Zealots from all angles. Meanwhile, never mind. Oh, okay. I was like, is he? I guess he's trying to see and scout if there are reinforcements, and he will see them with this zealot. He will confirm. Meanwhile, Banshee still alive, being repaired by this mule. I love it. We do see a scan. Ooh, he sees. Hold on. Where's the army? As it looks like it was trying to intercept the reinforcements, but Future does back off and go back home. And now this is about to be sandwiched. We'll see how Astrea engages here. Oh my god, he comes in with the first sandwich a little bit early, though. A little bit of Miss Micro. Oh my god. Remember, here we go. Finally, the sandwich does come in. The Zealots, they get on top of the tanks. Every single tank goes down. And Astrea will be able to clean this up, but here come the reinforcements a little bit too late, unfortunately. And everything gets cleaned up. Future is trying to go for a drop here. Blink is not done. It's still on the way. We'll see how much damage this can do, how many workers he can get here. And again, because there's no blink, he can escape. He can get out. Oh my god. Oh my god. 15, 18 probes go down. The focus fire. The focus fire was beautiful there. Meanwhile, at the same time, oh my god. A massive zealot run by here across the map. The wall is not a wall. Oh god. The Widowmines have to be so careful if they borrow because of the friendly fire. Oh god, the SCVs, no! Oh, every single SCV goes down! No, the Widowmines! Oh god, exclamation mark for Nada, the Widowmines in the chat. They just killed every single SCV for Astrea. The traitor mines. Not like this. Not like this. I was about to praise Future. I was about to praise Future for the damage that he dealt in the main base, because there was some nice focus fire. He killed 18 SCVs. That was beautifully done. And he was able to take advantage of the fact that Blink wasn't done. But all it took was the Zealot run by, and now Future knows he's all in. He cannot recover from this position. He has no third TC. He pulls the boys across the map. And can he end it? Storm isn't done, but there are a lot of Archons. Oh no! Boys against Archons, you never want to see it. Meanwhile, War Prism gets into the main base. Astrea confirms it is an all-in. Oh no, a couple of SCVs going down for free. Liberators are really nice in this position, but the problem is that Astrea, all he's doing, he's buying time for Storm. Storm finishes in 10 seconds. Oh no! Oh god, the focus fire! Never mind. Overcharge is just too good. The High Templar doesn't die, and Storm is done. Storm's all over the army. Despite that, Future is able to overwhelm this position. He's overstimming a little bit there. Oh my god, and he is forced to fight. But again, Astrea, he doesn't have to commit to any kind of engagement. He just backs off. You know what? You can have my third. You can have my natural, because I know you have nothing at home. So he's just gathering more energy on those High Templar for those storms. Meanwhile, the main army does get into the natural base. Show me the storms. He doesn't have enough energy. There we go. He does now. Get in there, puppy. Get in. Ah, the storm lands. GG gets called. And Astrea takes this series 2-0.